Hey guys, this is Marc Goldberg with another exciting and long overdue episode of Marc Vlogs Watches. Thank you so much for joining me today. And we're going to knock out a little bit of viewer email. So over the next couple days, I will be posting some videos answering your questions. If you've got questions, comments, if you'd like to appear, and if you'd like to get raked over the coals on this channel right here, just email me at marcgoldberg8@gmail.com. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this particular video, let's go ahead and dump out the quick fist watch check. And here it is today, guys. I'm wearing a delightful little weirdo of a watch. Kind of suits my personality. The Q Timex. And now, let's pick up the computer and read some viewer mail. Hello, Mark. I hope you are well. My name is Jimmy. I'm 39. I am from Honduras, Central America. Bienvenidos al canal Jimmy y gracias por estar conmigo en YouTube. That was secret code, guys. I've been enjoying your videos for quite some time now. You have a really fun way of educating us about watches. And me personally, I was bitten by the watch bug about 4 years ago when I purchased my first and still favorite watch, the Omega Speedmaster Professional. I have acquired and flipped several watches since then. Yesterday, I did something. I always love it when they say, I did something. That's like what you say when you've cheated on your wife. Honey, I did something. Yesterday, I did something, and I'm not sure if it makes sense. Well, Yimmy. Maybe you should have, Jaime, maybe you should have emailed me before you did the thing rather than after. I did a thing and I'm not sure it makes sense. I traded my Submariner 14060m, a 2000 model with a box. By the way, that is a pre-ceramic Submariner. I have one. I'll drop a picture of it in right here. Here is my 14060m, and I'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to this channel, throw a like on this video, and thanks so much for being with me. He says he traded that for an Explorer 2 Polar 42mm 2013 with box and papers to a very good friend. I also have that watch, and I'm going to drop that Polar Explorer 42mm in right here. Traded it to a very good friend. My reasoning for this was that I wanted a different color dial, and since I also have the GMT2, the black, you know, I went for it, but what do you think I did? Do you think I did okay? He further intelligently tells me a bit more about his collection, because it's kind of important I know the context of what else you got. He's got that Omega Speedmaster, Man on the Moon, Professional, the GMT black. This now, of course, the Rolex Explorer 42mm. He's got an IWC Aqua Timer and an Omega Chrono Stop Diver. Okay, guys. So how did Jimmy do? Well, you know, this is going to depend on who you ask, but Jimmy, you asked me and you are in luck. I approve of that trade. I do. Now, mind you, I have both of these watches, but I can tell you between the two of them, the one that I would much rather wear would be that 42mm Polar Explorer. The 14060m, in my opinion, although vintage Rolex deliciousness, is it's light, it's flimsy, it has hollow center links, it has a crappy stamped clasp. It almost bears no resemblance to the ceramic, beefy, modern Rolexes of today. Mind you, you had one with, did you say it had papers? Let me look and see what you said. You said it was a 2001 model and it had the box but not the papers. Well, I think that the box is less important than the papers, but you could have always gotten a service done on it. It would be time on that watch anyway, and then you'd have Rolex service papers and box, which is, you know, pretty good. So here's the thing. Do I think you did well? Yeah, I do. I bought my Polar Explorer for $6,500, but I think that was just a really good deal. Oh, and mine was naked. You've got box and papers. I think $7,500 would be a better price to pay for that watch. I think that would be a more normal price to pay for it on the secondary market. And I think you'd be a little hard-pressed to get $7,500 for a 14060M. So I think you did fine. Now, there are going to be a lot of people complaining, Jimmy, that you let go of one of the most classic Rolexes of all time, which is the 2-line no-date pre-ceramic black sub that you traded, that you let go of one of the most classic pieces of all time in favor of the dog of the range, which is the 42mm Polar Explorer that not everybody loves. I personally love it. I do not like the 40mm pre-ceramic sub because it does not have the maxi case, so the thing feels a little bit skinny, flimsy, you know. But for people who have, let's say, a 6.5-inch wrist and down, it's like the ultimate watch, that watch. So personally, I think you did well, but I'm going to give you this caution from here on out. Don't sell stainless steel sports Rolex. Just don't sell it. You know, that vintage piece that you just got rid of, it's in an awkward stage right now. Okay, it's about 20 years old. So it's old, it's not new. It hasn't acquired incredible vintage pricing. It's in that awkward stage where it's going to sit and hold for a while. But I think in another 10 years, and you're only 39, you know, so in another 10 years, by the time you hit 50, I think that watch is going to be worth a whole lot more than that Polar Explorer that you just traded for. That's just my opinion. But, you know, I think I might have done the same thing as you did. I do like my Polar Explorer. I like it a lot better than that 14060M. Mine, however, is sitting in a safe vault because I'm just not going to sell it. I'm going to pass it along to the kids, or I'll sell it when I'm an old man now, but when I'm really old and decrepit, you know, I should be able to trade it in on an electrified wheelchair. So anyway, what I think you guys ought to do is save your vintage stuff for sure. If you have Rolex stainless steel that's about 20 years old, I advise you to hold on to it. It's not quite super expensive vintage, but boy, in another 10 years, that stuff is just going to be really, really hard to get. Whereas I think the Polar Explorer, it's much younger, is not quite as popular, be a little bit easier to get. That being said, I really like mine, and I'm sure that you will be getting lots of use out of yours. That polar white dial is stunning. It really stands out in a way that I feel that older Submariner doesn't. Guys, thank you so much for having joined me. Let's talk about this in the comments. Did Jimmy make a huge mistake, or would you have done exactly what he did? Write me, marcgoldberg8@gmail.com, and I'll tell you what I think of your personal Rolex mess-ups and your watch collection and, you know, pretty much anything. If you need lifetime advice, I'm the guy. Peace out.
Paint the sky.